Videoblog.
Hey there, this is Tim from Twice Circled, and welcome to episode 25 of the official Big Pharma video blog. Okay, so this one is a continuation of episode 24, funny that, where I am playing a scenario, a challenge in the full unlock scenario, where you start off with all of the machines. But you only start off with a couple of ingredients. Now in the first episode, we made 2 production lines, and we went quite high-tech straight away. We made a combat sickle cell anemia syringe, because this is an interesting cure family, because you don't need any catalysts to get to the max level. And that's doing quite well for us, although profits have dropped a little bit. It's interesting. Yeah, that's just saturation. Gosh, even 30 per turn is too much. Ouch. Wow, that's a really rare disease. It's funny, we might be able to do better on this, except it's got a pretty low saturation too. I mean, pretty low market demand. Anyway, going off topic already starting to analyse. And then we managed to fit in this little extra one here, where that was it. We were so close. Wait a minute. Could we fit? We can't fit a dissolver in here, can we? Yeah. So I remember like really struggling to try and fit a dissolver in here. We were so close to having a double cure, and we only ended up making a single. They do both count towards our goal, which is to supply as many products as possible, treating different cures with a combined value per sale of about £500. And my kind of aim with this particular kind of playthrough is I'm going to try and make these first 2 production lines were kind of boring, but I want to try and make some clever ones later with lots of combinations of cures, and basically playing off the fact that you don't need to produce a high volume of each of these products. All that matters is you're producing as many different ones as possible with a high value. You can do clever things with kind of splitting things up and combining them, and I think to create lots of interesting cures there. Also, at the end of the last vlog, I kind of teased you guys. I said I had some kind of mini announcements and some other stuff I wanted to chat about to do game design. And the truth is, I'm just awful at talking and playing at the same time, and I generally get more and more scatty as the vlog continues. So I'm actually going to start off with that mini announcement I was telling you about. I'll stop teasing you guys. So, and then we'll do a little bit of play, and then if I have a chance, I'll talk to you about some other stuff. But yeah, if you've been watching this vlog for a while, you'll be aware that the process Big Pharma has gone through is it went to beta, and during that time I took loads of feedback from people on the forums, and I added a load of features, new machines, new all sorts of stuff, loads of cool stuff. And then version 1 came out on Steam, and I said that's going to be it for new gameplay features, but I might add the odd quality of life improvement. I thought it was important to draw a line in the sand and say, that is, the complete game. Play it. Tell me what you think of it. That's it. Now, I have one final little gift to all you guys that I would like to do, and I think I'm going to try and get it done by the end of October. It's going to be one more update, which is actually it's not just going to be bugs and optimization. It's going to be some cool extra things. And again, it's in response to your guys' feedback. And yeah, like I say, it's just one final little gift. And yeah, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be adding. So I think the main one, which I'm quite excited about, I want to see what you guys create with it, is I'm going to add a new auxiliary machine, for want of a better word. It's not really going to be a machine. Actually, what it's going to be is it's going to be just here, or it might be up here. It's going to be called a fixed belt. So the way this is going to work is you select it, and then you can kind of add it to any existing belt, and what it will do is it will convert that belt into a fixed belt. It will have some kind of nominal cost, for example, £50, dollars, yen, euros, whatever, and what it'll do is it'll still act just like a normal belt, except in all normal belts, they're kind of the way they were designed, their kind of tenet is that they are flexible by nature, and they choose their direction depending on what they're attached to. And I wanted it like this because I didn't want I wanted the game to almost kind of not play itself, but I wanted it to feel effortless, especially when you first started. I wanted it so you drag a belt from here to here, and it knows that it's meant to go from the socket to the dissolver. It can work it out. But the problem is there are, some of the more adventurous of you out there have been creating some wacky designs, which the standard kind of belt system of them being flexible isn't quite sufficient. And by having this fixed belt, the way it will work is you attach it to a belt. By default, it will keep the current direction it has, whatever that is. And then you can select it. And you see here when you select this belt, nothing happens, right? You select a belt with a drug on it and you get the drug comes up. If you select an empty belt, nothing happens. Well, there'll be a window here, and it will be quite a small one actually. And it will say fixed belt, and it will just have a toggle, just like the multi-mixer. Instead of saying toggle base, it will say toggle direction. So, and that will just switch the belt around, and it'll have, I've just got my artist to work on some designs for it. It'll have some arrows on it showing quite clearly that it's a fixed direction. It will show which direction it is. Now, some of you will already know how this is going to be useful, but for those that don't know, I'll give you a couple of examples why this could be useful. I think the main use is if you want to do weird stuff in the way you split your lines. For example, you want to split your line and make it so half of it goes through an extra dissolver and the other half doesn't. You might want to do this if you're not using the analyzer and you're testing by hand whether how effective a product is. You also might want to do this if you're selling a product with side effects, and you basically the longer you sell a product with side effects, the more that cure rating will deteriorate. And actually, if you sell two products which are one concentration different, you will basically make more money. You just will, because that cure rating won't deteriorate as quickly. And I mean, if I've got enough money, maybe I'll show you, because I'm going to have to expand anyway, and I will waste a little bit of money doing this, but I think I'll go here. I'll just show you a quick example of the way that might work. So you have, say your whole line comes up to this point, and you're trying to get it into a creamer here. What you do is you have half go straight into the creamer, and then you want to run the other half through a dissolver, and you do this, right? And what you want to happen is your drug come along here, and then this to be a splitter. So one goes up here, one goes this way. The one that goes up here goes through the dissolver and joins again here, and then they both go into the creamer, and you don't actually lose any efficiency by doing this. You're sending half through the dissolver. Well, your dissolver is only running at half efficiency, but the rest of your line's running at full efficiency. This doesn't work. This doesn't work because these two belts don't actually know whether they're mergers or splitters, because they could actually work either way around. They could work the way you want it to, so it goes like this, but actually theoretically this could actually be a merger, and actually it's running like this, and then this could be a splitter and running like this, and then like this. So you could have this weird thing where a belt the drugs go round and round, or even what will probably happen, I think, is the drug will go round once and then split like this. So there are actually two valid operations for this setup. So the idea of the fixed belt is it forces it to know which way to go here. I've actually kind of designed this poorly, because actually this isn't quite sufficient. What we'd actually have to do is like this. You'd have your mid thingy there. You need one belt in the middle. You can make a straight or a corner belt into a fixed belt. You'd go auxiliary, and then you put it on that, and then you make sure that it's running in this direction. Okay, so like that, and then it will work. So there we go. That's a use case. The other use case is it is possible when you have fixed belts. In fact, it's possible even now to run a drug twice through the same machine. In fact, let me see if I can make that work. I am wasting a little bit of money here, but I don't care. This is quite fun. Okay, let me see if I can get this to work. So I'm going to try and run this drug twice through this dissolver. Wait, okay, let's do it like that. So the way you do it is you have to run a loop like this. And then the problem is we don't have a fixed belt to tell it which to go round in this direction. So let's use our creamer again. Just this is just as a general pull. It doesn't actually matter. We just want to pull drugs this way. We also need something to tell it which direction it's going around it here. So I'm just going to add a pill printer. Now the point is, this is actually really pointless. this pill printer really, you don't want to put a pill printer here. You'd much rather just put a belt which was free, because otherwise you're adding some processing costs. But this should actually work. I think I've got this right. So if I just import anything, it doesn't matter. You do have to get the spacing correct. Let's watch this go. Ruining my chances of actually winning this level, aren't I? Let me just see if this works. So the idea is this is meant to split, and then this is meant to merge. So this comes on here. I think it will go straight. Now this one will go back around here. Okay. And then what you're hoping, and this is what we have to get the spacing right, I think we need whichever this drug is, this pill needs to, the next time round, I want it to carry on going and not go round, and that depends on the spacing, because otherwise you end up just having half your drugs going through indefinitely. So let's watch out for that one. So that's that slight. Okay, this one we want it to go straight on. This has actually now been lowered twice. It's gone twice through. Yes, and now it's going to go straight. There we go. So look, this is now 6, and this is 5. Now you'll see from now on, everything that comes through here is actually at 5, and everything that's at 6 is going to go this way and go round a second time. So look, we've actually managed to make a loop that goes through this dissolver twice. Pretty cool, but it's costing us 20. It's just absolutely pointless in this circumstance. Whereas if you have a fixed belt, well, you know what, maybe it might be ever so slightly worth it. It's probably not worth it with a dissolver. You might as well just put 2 dissolvers down, but, you know, it's an idea. Okay, let's stop this now, because we're wasting so much money. These are worth 30 each. I should probably try and send them out on output, just to get... Yeah, I will.
Invalid position.
Okay. Stop spending money. Okay, I'm just connecting this up. Oh no, this is costing me 30. I'm just connecting this up. Oh god. Yeah, this old chestnut. I'm sorry guys. I know it's annoying that you need to connect something out to push them out. Okay. And let's just get rid of all this. Screw it.
Product name required.
Yep, well, that's a sugar pill. It's still worth selling these sugar pills because they are worth 30. It's better than nothing. Okay, that is the start of my announcement. Right, I have some other stuff. Right, actually, let's let this go. So the other 2 things are kind of more like quality of life features, but they're still, you know, gameplay improving. One of them is I'd quite like to add another 2 columns to this product tree. It's going to be tricky to fit it in, I've got to say.
Product name required.
Okay. But I'd like to add another couple of columns to this thing. And I'd like to show, I think current value is useful to know. I'm wondering whether I can swap things out. The 2 extra columns I'd like to show, and this is a suggestion from the forums, is actually a while back this suggestion was made. I'd like to show the average saturation of the cures within that product. So if it's just one cure, it will be the saturation of that cure. If there's multiple, it will be the average. And then a separate column for the average saturation of the ingredients used in that product. I've got to say the ingredient one is actually a little bit trickier to work out, and I hope I have the capacity to do it. It would involve, it involves having to remember every ingredient that's gone into a product, which it doesn't currently do. But the cure one is actually relatively easy to do. So at the bare minimum, I'll do the cure one. And it's to avoid having to always flick back to these 2. And I think the cure one is the main one. It's like, you look at this and you go, wow, this is making me a lot of money. I'd like to make some more of that. And then you go to the cure one, and then you select it, and you go, oh, it's oversaturated. I don't want to make any more of that because I'll just send the price down. So the idea is, from this one screen, you can see both the profit and the saturation, and then you can make a judgment as to whether you want to add any more of that. I think it's a really neat idea. It wasn't mine, but, you know, I spotted it and I went, yeah, good shout. The final thing, and this has been a suggestion on the Steam discussion forums, is people don't like having to flick between the cure tab and the ingredient tab to find out the starting concentration of an ingredient with a particular cure. And I think this is so. I think people maybe do mental arithmetic and they work out like exactly everything they'll have to do to get a certain way down the tree. And the little bit of information they don't have is they need to know where their starting ingredient starts. Now it's always going to be relatively close to where this is. I don't think I'd make a huge amount of use of this, but I know some of you would. So the idea is when you hover over this, you actually get. There'll be a blue highlighted box, or multiple blue highlighted boxes if you've got multiple ingredients with the same cure. And basically, for example, removes warts, that box would be here on 9. So you'll be able to see it will be a blue one here, and you hover over it and it will say, this is the starting concentration of, and then it will name the ingredient, which removes warts. Bit of a mouthful. I hope I can get that down. And this is the annoying thing, right, with GUI design is this currently looks very clean, and I don't want it to become cluttered. But as a compromise, I did say that I could add maybe this highlight box with a small hover tooltip on it. Originally people were asking for it on every single cure, but I've explained that basically it doesn't make any sense because any cure after the first one, it's in your factory. I could hardly kind of show you the concentration of every single current drug in your factory with this cure, because once they're in the factory it's under your control. But what I can do is just do the starting cures. So hopefully that will help a little bit. I think it's still not perfect. I think you still want to know where your catalysts are when you're designing which cures to make on this one. So I think you're still going to have to flick to the ingredients tab. But I just think, there is a limit to what I can do without making the whole interface feel really cluttered. Just believe me, I mean, just watch my vlogs. I went through so many iterations on all of these interfaces, and I know they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. You know what? Yeah, they're not bad. I had a much worse versions in the game originally. So there you go. That is the mini expansion, I'm calling it. I shouldn't really call it that. It's just, it's another patch, but this time it's a patch with some gameplay features. And it's like a final little gift to add on. And then after that, I mean, I'm just, my plans change all the time, but my current plan is then, assuming there's no more bugs or anything, I won't be doing any more patches for Big Pharma for a little while, but I am certainly, I have some ideas for potentially a full-on expansion pack. So this would be a paid expansion pack as opposed to a free update, and the reason for this is I actually want to have the time to really add some stuff, some proper, I want to actually do a proper expansion pack which has, new machines, new mechanics, things that kind of do actually change up the gameplay. And it's not actually something I want to add to the base game. I want it to be a separate expansion pack, and by making it paid, obviously that gives me the time to work on it and do a proper job on it, because there is a limit to what I can do for free. It's difficult to make a business case for just working on this full time. I have to start working on the next game at some point. Talking of starting on the next game, I will talk a little bit about that later in the vlog, assuming I don't get too scatty, that is. Because, it's been basically, long story short, too long didn't read, it's been really tough to work out what I want to do next. And I've been getting a bit of kind of writer's block, which I haven't actually ever had in my life before. But more on that later. For now, oh god, I actually forgot to start a timer. I have no idea how long this vlog's gone on for. I'm going to estimate we've been chatting for about 12 minutes. 1 second, I'm just going to start a timer. I think about once per vlog I have to kind of go off and do something on the side. It's I still have not managed to do a full vlog. In that, I don't know if any of you guys watched a dev'd a Dev Plays Painters Guild, I had to go and get some water. Like, I literally, it's like my signature. I go and step away from my desk for about 30 seconds at one point during the vlog. And yeah, today is no exception. Alright, well, what we're going to do next, let's go to Ingredients tab. What have you been doing, Barclay? Ulcero Beta. Okay, let's have a little look. Barclay is like the worst one to go against. Stroke, what am I doing? I'm doing erectile dysfunction. Let's get rid of those pills. Angina, ulcers. Okay. I have hypertension. So we did that. We used our warts to do the erectile dysfunction. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's go to the Cures tab. And... oh, I see why you went for that. That's nice. 110%. He's not massively saturated it yet. Female contraceptive is pretty good too. So yeah, I did like the idea of kind of like splitting this off and doing kind of half, but I've already got a full line of erectile dysfunction now. Is that, how saturated is that? Oh, that was it. We only got it going through at half speed. Is that right? We did, yeah, we originally split it over two shakers, I remember now. Yeah, that was a shame. This is not the best line. Okay. I like the idea of mixing level 2 cures together to get it to be value of 500. I mean, this is just under 241. But then we get the additional combined value of like the creamer adds like 30. So actually, yeah, if we kind of got that and that, we would just go over as long as it didn't eventually become oversaturated. Bit of a worry. And these two pre-requirements, you've got 10 to 12, 13 to 15. Unfortunately, they don't overlap. Otherwise, we could potentially mix these two together and then run it through a single ionizer to upgrade both of these. Do we have any that overlap? Oh my god, no, it's like it's really annoying actually. Look, this one's down at 6. That is frustrating. Anyway, I think we can still mix these two together, but we're just going to have to like run it through... where's this? That's down low, that's up high. Oh right, no, these don't line up. No, I always forget we got to actually get the final things to line up to. 11 to 15, 8 to 12. They do overlap a little bit. Maybe we add those two together. Yeah, let's give that a go. Okay. Treats diabetes. Down here. And acid reflux. Oh my god, they're in the exact same... oh, that's so frustrating. Alright, what else have we got going on? We could just upgrade. I mean, we could just go like past hypothyroidism and see what's next. It's a bit of a shame. I wanted to do kind of clever mixing stuff together. Ooh, and this has actually already got a level 1 cure in. I can't remember. I have a feeling that might... sorry, level 1 catalyst. Let's give this a go. Okay, we need to get up to 10. So let's go... agglomerator. And then evaporator. Do, 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 do. Oops. Okay, no. That needs a whack-off level 4 cure. Okay. Mm-hmm. 11 to 15, 3 to 8, 11 to 15. That overlaps. We could do something with Sue's cold symptoms. I was actually really hoping I could use, like this one needs a catalyst. I'd like to use that catalyst in a clever way. Oh my god, it's in the same place. Is it in the same place again? Yeah. Ah, what is up with this? It's so frustrating. Could put removes warts in. That actually does overlap with cures hypothyroidism. The thing is, we'll never get the value up to 500. We need it to be at least this. Well, that also overlaps. If we went all the way up to that, that would work, but... and then, yeah, that doesn't overlap with that. Oh my god, this is frustrating. And that's got a low thing anyway. I think the best option here is actually to shake our acid reflux one to make a gap here. And then we can slot the hypothyroidism in. We should probably spend some of our ingredient points. And assign another guy. No catalysts. Oh, if I got another guy I could get this level 4, then I could upgrade that to fights cancer. Probably worth doing, but I've got no money. So we're using 24 of those. Oh no, we're not. We're using 15 of that and 8 of that. 15 of that. With only 2 people, to be honest, the ingredient costs never really get that bad anyway. Okay. In case anybody's wondering, that's middle click, picks up copies an existing machine. I'm not sure what we want to be the base. I think it's probably this one, isn't it? Doesn't actually matter, it'll still get added. Let's actually have a look at this. Let's work this out. If we choose this as the base, then we will get these 2 filled with whatever's here. So we'd get hypothyroidism and causes headaches. If we choose this as the base, then we'd just get the thing from the top there, which would be acid reflux. So we'd keep this big fat catalyst. I think so, yeah, it's better to make the other one the base. We don't actually need that level 1 catalyst, I think. Alright. Okay, so then what we need to do is just go... Oh, wait, no, we're going to upgrade this, aren't we? So we go up another 3 using an agglomerator. That was kind of lucky, I didn't really think about this. And then I think it's going to be an evaporator. Tick. Tick. Okay. We are going to... Oh, that was nice. What happened? We just removed that causes constipation. That was a lovely little side effect, if you'll excuse the pun. And now we just need to get down to here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait. We could... We're already going at half speed because I didn't think about doubling everything up like I should have. So we could use a autoclave. It's too much though, isn't it? 17 divided by 2 is... I think it will go down to 8. So we're better off just going for ionizer... dissolver or ionizer. Yeah, I think we'll go for that because our upgrades aren't very good.
Insufficient funds.
And neither is our money. Jesus. Okay. Might have to cut this vlog short because I'm going to bloody run out of money. This is kind of awful. Quote of the day. This is kind of awful. I'm gonna... That noise again was... It's always just like you have one less space than you need. What are the chances? Is this not as good as it could be? I mean, the other choice is we go here. No, we have nowhere near enough money now. We'll just say screw the space. Do it like that. We'll have all these belts. It's going to cost us a lot in drug inertia. Drug inertia is what I call, or ingredient inertia is what I call like the number of belts you have, and so like it's the in situ, maybe that's not the right word, but the incumbent, that's the word, incumbent cost of all of the production costs and ingredient costs in the drug sitting on your line. Oh, you know what I could have done instead of these 2 dissolvers? I could have just done a second ionizer. That probably would have been better. These cost 10 each, these cost 30. I mean, we saved 5 per go. It's slightly better to do what I've done in purely production cost terms. And we have a slight headache, but you know, it's a creamer, so that's pretty good. So yeah, this is not the best line. It's only a half speed. We'll just go for that. Should we give our things the names? Oh my god, he's doing well, isn't he? Total revenue half a mil. Oh, he's absolutely caning me. And look at his operating margin. I'm not doing very well.
New world event.
New world event. So no one's going to want painkillers for a bit. Hyperthyro... Ulcero. Sickle cell. Away. And twice erecto. I don't think there could be a better name for that particular medicine. It has a value above, so we have actually got to 3. And we're doing relatively well on time. We're just doing really badly on money. Really badly on money. We've just basically spent way too much. Are we no, we're not making a profit. It's this, yeah. Maybe I do need to do something about this profit indicator. Because I actually don't know whether I'm making a profit or not. Maybe I'll do that in the next, that little extra update I'm doing as well. Alright, well, I'm going to take this moment while I kind of... Oh wait, no. Am I making... Okay. 15,200. Let's just see if I ever reach that again. 15,200. No. Oh, then it went up to 500. No, I'm losing money, aren't I? Oh dear. Are these running 100%? Yeah. I'm amazed I'm losing money, given that these are making me... Oh, no. That's gone way down. That's really shitty. Oh, I wish I was making this. I'm actually already making this. If I just add ultraviolet curers, oh my god, that would be so much better than this one. But I just don't have enough space in this this building. Oh, plus I'm making this really slowly. Oh dear. I'm not sure this is the best line in the world. It's only half speed, which is not great. You know, you have to ask yourself, would it have been... I mean, yeah, I mean, I know the reason I've combined it is because I wanted to get a value above 500, but in terms of just making money, these would probably have been better if I just left them on their own instead of trying to combine them. I actually think I'm going to run out of money. I still have, look, I've got too many months on all of these things. I think I'm going to actually, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is really hard. I started with 150 grand and I've managed just to make, all I've managed to do is lose money on loans. I mean, I've done really badly. I don't know how I've done so badly.
New ingredient discovered.
Oh god, what? Alright, fire my bloody explorers. Oh dear. Have I actually fired them? Oh, okay, that's a weird graphical issue. Okay, well, I think I might have screwed myself in this scenario. I don't have any explorers to, any of these guys to, you know, and they cost way too much anyway. Okay, I'm going to just put it on max speed and just see if I'm possibly not losing money overall. It still looks like I'm losing money. Let's just look at my salaries, because not spending any more on that. And it's because this is slowly going down in value. I just don't really have enough money to like do anything about it right now to like make these lines any better. I mean, ideally this would just be a one big male contraceptive factory. Oh no, I'm making money now. Okay, well, well, I'm just gonna have to wait for these loans to run out. I'm gonna talk to you about my writer's block. So, in the old days, if you guys don't know much about my history, basically I started Twice Circled, I always get mixed up, was it 3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago. It's either 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I think it was late 2012. And back in those days, I had, I'd just come from a full-time job, and then I was doing a lot of freelancing to kind of pay the bills. And I never had enough time to work on my own games, but I just had so many ideas for games. And then I got my big break with Big Pharma. And I've been wanting to make a factory game for a long time. And I got to, and that was awesome. And then towards the end of Big Pharma, I was getting a little bit fatigued with the game, just because this happens, right, when you work on a game for too long. And so I started thinking of the next game I wanted to make. And I really loved this idea, but since I finished Big Pharma, I had a bit of time to reflect. I'm not sure how commercial the idea is. And I think that's the big difference with me since like a couple of years ago, is that I think my instincts in terms of what's commercial have changed a little bit. I gotta say, I kind of lucked out with Big Pharma to a certain extent. I knew what I was doing. I knew the theme was good, and I knew that there was this kind of, people wanted more of this sort of kind of management sim game. But
New world event.
some of the things that I got right with Big Pharma, I kind of did by accident. Like, I think Big Pharma's popularity with YouTubers, I didn't really... A sec. Would that send asthma up or down? Oh, I don't even think I've got asthma cough. Oh, I do have cough. Is that... No, that's down. Man, I've got to say, I think there's too many negative events. I find events are nearly always negative. Anyway, I think some things I kind of just lucked out with on Big Pharma. And whereas now what I've done is I've like analysed and I've reflected on why I think Big Pharma did well. Oh yeah, exactly, sorry, one of the ones was, oh that's funny, it actually closed my loan window. I don't actually know about, I'm gonna have to write that down. That's weird. I mean, one might think that was deliberate, that my loan window closes after a turn when there's nothing left in there, but that is not actually deliberate. I'm going to make a note of that. Anyway, so yeah, like, it's popularity of YouTubers. Like, I didn't really design that into the game, but it was kind of as I went along, it just kind of happened. Like, the being able to name your own drugs, I mean, sure, that's going to be great with everybody, but it's especially great with YouTubers because there's an opportunity for, like, and streamers, there's an opportunity to kind of involve your audience and also to be funny. And I think really what YouTubers want is, and Twitch streamers, they want an opportunity to differentiate themselves. They want an opportunity to put their own personality across, and you get to do that in Big Pharma. You get to do it by the way you name your drugs. You get to do it by the kind of the type of company that you try and run. You know, like, I know some people like to be quite sadistic and deliberately sell things with lots of side effects. They laugh gleefully when they go to the company tab and they hover over it and they see that their sickle cell anemia medicine has actually caused more rashes than it's actually helped people. But you know, people are willing to have the odd rash for a good cure. In fact, that's interesting. Yeah, if I could get that concentration to a better value. Oh, I've got a spare shaker. Damn. Anyway, so I've become more aware of what I think. Actually, I'm just gonna let some more money come in. Of the sort of certain things you can do when you're designing a game that will help it be more commercially successful. And you know, one of those is make it attractive to YouTubers. But also, it's just about, you know, having your finger on the pulse and having an idea of what the market is kind of craving. So the downside of all that is I've become a lot more critical of my ideas. So in the old days I had a lot of ideas and I wanted to make them all, but I didn't really think about whether they'd be commercial or not. I was just like, this would make a really, really fun game. And yeah, with this new critical side of me, I find it much easier basically to dismiss ideas at an early time. I kind of, I think, oh, the gameplay for this could be really good, but I'm just not sure how interested people are going to be in playing it. It's not even that. It's not even how interested people will be in playing it. It's that people need to be grabbed by like the theme, the concept, that initial kind of story. You know, it's like, what am I going to be doing? At Big Pharma, you get to run a pharmaceutical company. And I've had some ideas, and that pitch, that one-line pitch, what you get to do in the game, isn't that strong. And I just think a lot of people wouldn't even give it a chance, you know. And so I've had to throw out a lot of ideas because of that. And yeah, this has led to this kind of writer's block, and I've been struggling with it. But the good news is, just like last week, I had this really cool idea, and I've been running it through. I've been doing some concept designs, and I've basically settled on it. I'm definitely going to prototype it. And if the prototype is fun, then it will be my next game. It's really exciting. So I'm going to be working on that part-time, working on Big Pharma part-time. Like I said, I might be doing an expansion for Big Pharma down the line. And yeah, I might be doing, because I'm not going to maybe have as much stuff to vlog about, I'm going to do more blogs about game design. I'm going to do some vlogs about game design, where I'm going to play other people's games and then do kind of design analysis of them. I did it as a little bit of a joke for Painters Guild just last week, but I think I'm going to tweak it a little bit and really concentrate on design analysis. While I still want to play the game, have some fun, but I think people were actually wanting a little bit more of a dev's opinion, and what I was really doing was just kind of having some fun. And so yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, check out A Dev Plays Painters Guild. I might change the name of the series, but yeah, I think I'm going to do some more of those, mainly based on strategy games and other management sim games. I'm going to say why I think they're good or bad. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing soon for the next 2 years until the next game comes out. It's kind of mad. I mean, that's why I have to start another game now, because it's going to be like 2 years before it's going to be ready. Obviously, I'll announce it before then, and I'll do the same as Big Pharma. I'll do vlogs and stuff, and I'll get your guys' feedback.
New world event.
You know, so I can make the game better before I release it. All right. Well, I've probably this vlog's almost been long enough. I'm going to see if I can do one more production line. But I managed to talk about all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Yay! No loans. Painkillers ruined my life. Right, what are we going to make next? Okay, I've decided that we took too much of a risk last time. Let's just make loads of money. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Cures tablets. What's in high demand? Painkillers. Funny that. Oh, maybe we should make this one. I've got level 1 and 2 catalysts. What comes after acne? Then it's the hair one, isn't it? Which needs a sequencer. Could do that. That's an interesting idea. That's actually quite a good product. It doesn't make a huge amount of money. Oh, that's probably not the right one to do. Is my Soothed Rash already got a catalyst by any chance? No. Got a lot of options for our catalyst, but we got 2 options. We would need a shaker. Let me think. We could remove that and then add our rash into there, and then what prevents? I think I'm just gonna take a. That's gonna be expensive, man. Tim, kind of like, be sensible. Ah, dear. It's a really hard level. This is a really bad line, I kind of think. It does give us an extra cure, but I mean, it's okay. We don't have a huge amount of space here. Oh, we could shake this twice. No, shake this once, and then you'll have a gap at the top, and then we add the random fainting to this. Oh, wait, and then the soothed cold... yes, that's good. That's really good. The soothed cold symptoms will move into the one below. Okay, so we shake it once. We've already got the shaker. The question is, are we going to try and double this one up? Ooh... I think we're not, because I think we're just going to go once through and get to the sequencer one. This might be a mistake. Oh, you know what? No. Let's do this clever. Okay, we're gonna combine. And then we're going to... No, this one's not going to work. Be sensible. Then we're going to add this one. We're going to do the double multi-mixer with the crossover. What is the best way of doing this? That's quite nice, if I can get it to work. We need to get... wait a minute, don't we need to recombine? No, this would actually work. No, this is fine. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? Yeah. Yeah? That looks surprisingly easy. That felt surprisingly easy. And which do we want the base to be? We're going to make it that. Make it that. Pause. That looks kind of nice, doesn't it? We just need to get the concentration down by 2. We've got a spare dissolver over here. Let's do it. Oh, let's combine these up first. Yeah, let's come up to here. God, I've got to say, I'm out of practice. I've just not been playing very well these last 2 vlogs. You know, I've been playing StarCraft 2 lately. I finally have some time to catch up with all the games I wanted to play. Playing the Hearts of the Swarm campaign, just in time for Legacy of the Void to come out. I might even play a little bit of multiplayer StarCraft 2. I'm awful, but I might give it a little go.
Invalid position.
They recently made StarCraft 2. They kind of made the Zerg a little bit more easy to play because they added these. They made inject lava autocast. That's not going to make any sense to anybody who's not into StarCraft 2, and that made me really want to play again. And then they've bloody taken it out again. I mean, that was in the Legacy of the Void beta, which I wouldn't be on anyway. But it really did make me want to play again. But man, I find StarCraft 2 just so twitchy. It's so difficult to play. Got to think so quickly. I mean, you see how bad I am at Big Pharma. Imagine me playing StarCraft. So, look, we can actually get both of these. It's actually not bad. It won't be worth 500, but at least it's a once-through line. Sorry, it's a full-speed line, so it would make us some decent money. Alternatively, we can use the sequencer, but we'd need 3 sequencers to make this yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to fit, is it? I'm not sure we got the money anyway. 25k each. Yeah, we don't have the money, and there's no loans, right? Okay. We could get rid of this though. It's worth doing. I think I'm finishing on a high. I think this is going to be one of my better lines. This you cannot remove. Let's just go for another one of those and hope it's pretty decent cure rating. Should we use... Yeah, I think we'll just use a creamer. We could use the sachet maker. 2 cures. 7,000 each, which isn't too bad. Increased combined value of 30 for each positive effect in the drug. So that's process cost of 30. It will be... Combined value will be increased by 60. So it would add 30 to the profit. Process time of 3. We'd need 3 of them. They are actually quite cheap. I forget this. Like... You know, that's interesting. I say cheap. 7,000 is not cheap at all, actually. If we upgrade them, then they get a lot better. Those, I think it goes up to like plus 60 or something. Eventually, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of fancy using those. It might be better just to use a creamer in this circumstance, but whatever. Oh, I mean, are we even going to be able to fit these in though? One there, no, one there, one there. We don't have quite enough space. This is almost perfect, like basically there, and then you just want another one there, and you want to run the splitter along here. We don't have enough space this direction either. Bloody creamer. I shouldn't do this. I just know it's a bad idea, but... Oops, I don't know why I did that. Let's use the delete tool. That saved me so much time. I just never used the syringe sachet maker. Maybe I don't know how good it is. Maybe it could be better, but
Product name
I think
required.
the problem. I think one of the actually mistakes I made with Big Pharma generally. I don't think I balanced things well enough in terms of their awkwardness to use. Like space is always just such a limiter, and like the sachet maker, its stats are fine. It's just the fact that it's so bloody hard to fit in makes it. You know, I should have just made it even better than it was really. Yeah, that's fine. Come on.
Product name required.
Twice Pimplebane Sore Throat No More. That's the best name ever.
New loan available.
New loan available. Oh look, that keeps closing. Yeah, that's a bug. Even when there's no loans available. That's really weird. 200.
New world event.
It's okay. It is every tick at least, whereas this one's every other. Oh. And I can't select that. Oh dear. I thought I got rid of that bug. Urgh. It's frustrating.
A competitor has released a new product.
Oh dear. Okay, well sickle cell anemia, we need to get out of that basically. And he's making a bowel problem solver. Is that what I'm making here? No, erectile dysfunction. So I think the next thing to do in the next episode, because I'm going to continue this game, it's quite fun, is I think I'm going to get rid of my sickle cell anemia cure. Because it's just awful given the cost of all this stuff. I'll try and keep as many, I'll buy some more land and I'll try and keep as much of this machinery as possible to reuse, and then I'll just delete all the belts. And then I think what I'll do is I'll tweak this production line to turn into a full speed, which one is it? Male contraceptive. And then I think once I've got my male contraceptive going, I shouldn't have to worry too much about money then, and then I can just make loads of things that have a value over a 500. Because look, I actually wasted loads of time waiting for my loans to run out. I've actually only got 2 more years. And that last one I made, although quite a good money earner, at 208 per turn, it actually isn't quite worth enough to be counted as another product. So, yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to do much better than beginner than standard on this one. At least I'm debt free. Alright, that's the end of the vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!